NBC's coverage of NASCAR Nextel Cup racing from Talladega is brought to you by Toyota. Choose any direction as long as it's moving forward. By Old Spice Red Zone, stay in the zone. By UPS, the official express delivery company of NASCAR. UPS, we want to race the truck. People love the truck. And by Miller, there's good enough and there's better than it has to be. Miller, good call. Coming around to get the green, Dale Earnhardt Jr. has led 19 laps, currently scored third. This was the conversation on his radio a moment ago.
I think stumbling like hell on idle. It won't run by itself. If I let off the gas, the motor shuts off. The only thing keeping it running is the gear. If I get back on the gas, it's stumbling like hell. It's doing it coming in the pits and everything. I'm not sure what the stumbling is there, Dale Jr. Not really sure at all.
We'll find out here in a hurry. That Casey Mears out front 41 car with BP got a good start, and that's not good sometimes on a super speedway if you get a good start.
That's what the guys behind you get a good running start to blow by you down the backstretch.
Look at this mess.
Matt.
Whoa! Good move, Robbie Gordon.
Go ahead, Matt. Jump on in there.
Well, you heard Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to describe the engine on that 8 car and how it's performing. Tony Eury Sr., the crew chief, told me he thinks there's possibly some debris in the lower side of the carburetor. They feel like a lap or two, they're going to know a lot more on whether that's going to be okay or not. But there is a lot of concern down here in the 8 pit.
Jimmy Johnson in the 48 car, leader of that lap.
So far in the first 35 laps of this race, the 48 car looks to be as fast as anyone.
Yep, I agree.
He might be the measure of Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the 8 car.
And there's his teammate right there, 24 car, third car in the high line, trying to get there. Kurt Busch also has a very good car. That 97 car is right in front of Jeff Gordon.
Johnson, of course, in the chase for the championship. As they run now, Kurt Busch with a 22-point lead over Dale Earnhardt Jr. This will change every lap throughout the race until the checkered flag finally falls today.
Yeah, it's not like showing it to you like if we were at Dover or somewhere like that. This is going to just be all over the map today.
That 41 car of Casey Mears, painted pink this week, only it's not really paint now, is it, BP?
No, that's a decal. His sponsor, Target, trying to bring some awareness to the breast cancer in the month of October.
Going to run that a couple more times this month.
Tell you what, that car is very strong today. He's done a really good job with that car. I thought they would just blow by him, but he's hanging tough.
Johnson continues to lead. That's the 48. Matt's got more.
Some teams have been running the restrictor plate cars all year. Chad Knaus, the crew chief for Jimmy Johnson, began building this car back in February. It's making its race debut today. Been to the wind tunnel once and to a track test once. He told me they're going to try to win this title by being aggressive. This is a very good race car. He's been saving it for here, trying to get a good punch. Dave.
Matt, Jeff Gordon is running one of the 2 lines that he likes. Early in the race, his car was stuck down on the bottom. He does not like that line. He'd rather be in the middle or on the high side. And guys, there's a 4th group out there too, but they don't like to talk about that.
Talking to Chad Knaus, the crew chief for Jimmy Johnson in the garage this morning. His driver likes these restrictor plate races and has been very good at them basically since he got in that 48 car.
And you know, you talk about the 24 car running on the bottom. If you're going to run on that bottom lane, your car's got to be very good. It's got to be handling great. You can't be in room for error because all you're going to do is move up. And there's no room to move up, especially when they're running 3 wide. If you're on the high line, you've got a little bit more room for that car to drift if it's not handling so well. So if you're going to run the bottom, you better be very good.
And this field now starting to break apart just a little bit.
There's 11 cars. Ricky Craven, a car out of Joe Gibbs. A team car to Tony Stewart, Bobby Labonte this week.
Craven's in 9th right now, having a great run.
That lead pack, 28 cars deep.
Jeff Gordon needs some help right now. He needs those guys on the outside to get up a little bit closer and get that line a little bit tighter.
Car behind you is the last car in single file.
See these cars in front, they've all gotten in line, and they're really using that draft to try to pull away from the big pack of cars. Let's go inside our Home Depot garage and talk about drafting just a little bit. As their car goes down the racetrack, it goes through the air, and you see what happens behind. There's a void. There's much less resistance for that car in the back to drive up right behind the car. Therefore, he's able to go up and, as we talk about, give him that shove to push it past other cars. And so hopefully take the lead and win the EA Sports 500.
And 2 cars are faster than 1, but also 12 or 15 cars in line are really fast. So that's why you've got to be having a lot of help out there.
The pole speed here, just under 191 miles per hour. But you put these guys in the draft, more guys in a line, more speed, 196.693 miles per hour. And again, these cars run with a restrictor plate here that reduces airflow to the engine and robs that engine of horsepower. Is that Rusty Wallace? Thinking about leading at Talladega? He did. Rusty leads at Talladega.
All right. And Junior, the 8 car, trying to hook on with Rusty. The 48 car has Kurt Busch behind him in the black number 97.
It looks like Junior's car, well, he's getting past there, but I was going to say he may like the high line a little bit better.
More on Rusty Wallace from Dave.
It's the clearest example we've seen so far today, Bill, of the fact that you don't have to qualify well at Talladega in order to lead at Talladega. Rusty's car by itself in qualifying Friday was only 33rd fastest. He's a driver that wants to get to the front, though, so he's raced his way to the front and now leads the entire field.
Everything's okay, you know, Junior now, but I'll let you know if I have any problem.
Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Boy, they are all over the back of his car. Looks like he may be struggling a little bit right now.
You hate to say it, but his car does not look as good as it was before pit stops. Well, how about the 8, Matt?
Bill, earlier in the race, he told Tony Sr. that the car was free on entry, tight in the middle, and tied off. Ford tire change made a chassis adjustment, but the biggest thing, he said the car just will not run by itself. That's why he's needing a good push from some other drivers.
Well, these guys smell blood. Guess what? They're going to dump that 8 car as fast as they can, because if they think he's got a problem and that gets through the spotters to the drivers, they won't run with the 8 car.
Yeah, they want him in the back because they realize the 8 car in front can be trouble. Matt?
And Benny, that's what Jeff Gordon told me after he won his Daytona 500 back in 1999. He says, at that point, nobody would run with me. I couldn't get help from anybody. And like you mentioned, if the word gets out, which teams are listening to our broadcast, Junior may have a lot of work to do today.
Take a look at the Wendy's race menu. Upcoming telecasts right here on NBC, your exclusive home for the chase for the Nextel Cup. We're in Kansas City next Sunday afternoon, then October 16th, under the lights in Charlotte. Then after that, the short track at Martinsville, then the blistering quick Atlanta Motor Speedway. That's the month of October, your Wendy's race menu right here on NBC.
Go ahead, BP. I just was going to say I saw Clay Campbell, the president of Martinsville, and Ed Clark, the president of Atlanta Motor Speedway, both here today watching this. Can't wait for these cars to come to their racetrack.
Hey, I'm impressed with that 41 car right now. He's been in the middle. He's been in the thick of it. Doing a good job, Casey Mears.
Now take a look at this. Rusty Wallace scored as the leader, but only got 13% of the vote in our singular wireless race poll.
The poll must have happened when the 48 car was leading.
Of course so.
Did you hear that car bottom out up in the corner?
17 cars bottoming out, too, at Matt Kenseth. I've been watching that the last 5 or 6 laps.
44 laps on the board. Rusty Wallace leads them back to the start-finish line here at Talladega. Wallace, who will retire after next season. 85 races at Daytona and Talladega. Never stopped in victory lane, but he could today.